DJI just dropped the brand new Osmo Nano, and the first thought that probably crossed your mind is add to cart, buy. Here's why I didn't buy the Nano. When you stack it back to back against the Action 5 Pro, the specs are very close. And with Techtimber or Techtober, we're seeing a lot of new gear coming out, but should you upgrade? Depends on what you have. Let's talk about it. Every new release comes with hype, and I haven't watched a whole lot coming out on the Nano, but I have seen that it is lighter, it is smaller, and the marketing makes it feel like it's a whole new experience. Or does it? If you already own the Action 5 Pro or the Action 4 and you actually compare line by line the resolution, the frame rate, stabilization, the photo modes, slow motion, you'll realize that it's basically the same camera. The same core performance, just packed into a different exterior. Let's break the specs down. First is going to be the weight. The weight is going to be fairly noticeable. Obviously the Nano is a tiny camera at 52 grams, while the Action 5 Pro is coming in at 146 grams. The sensor size, it's the same sensor on both of these cameras. A 1/1/3 inch sensor, which gives surprisingly good results, even in low light. The photo resolution on the Action 5 Pro is up to 40 megapixels, while on the Nano it is only 35 megapixels. Both shoot JPEG and RAW, so no game changer there. The field of view is another interesting spec at 143 degrees on the Nano, which is actually smaller than 155 degrees on the 5 Pro. It's interesting they didn't just stick the same lens on it. Same f2.8 aperture on both these cameras. The ISO range for video is fairly good on the Nano, from 100 to 25/600, while the 5 Pro gets 100 to 51/200. And offering that super night mode, you get a lot better quality from the 5 Pro. Both have Rocksteady 3.0, horizon balancing, horizon steady. One difference you will notice is the battery life on the Action 5 Pro. It's a 1950 milliamp hour battery, which gives you up to 240 minutes depending on your settings. I've gotten a good 2 to 3 hours in 4K, and I haven't gotten close to running out of battery on the Action 5 Pro. The Nano's camera battery alone is a 530 milliamp battery with up to 90 minutes runtime. Then you can use the dock for an extended period of recording. It's another piece of gear to have with you. The screens, the Action 5 Pro has dual screens front and back, while the Nano only has one touch screen. If you vlog, the front screen matters. So if you have to switch your dock around to use it from the front or the back, it's not a big deal, but again, you're carrying two things, and it's not a big deal breaker because of the size, and you can just put that dock in your pocket. They are both waterproof, with the Nano good up to 10 meters and the Action 5 Pro up to 20 meters. Both shoot 4K, but the Action 5 Pro will give you up to 120 frames per second in 4K and 240 frames per second in 1080. While the Nano tops out at 60 frames per second in 4K. And also you have to switch to slow motion to get your 8x slow-mo that gets you 240 frames in 1080p. With the Action 5 Pro, you can just pick that in your video settings and slow it down in post-editing if you want to. Otherwise, you'll be in the options switching to slow motion to get 8x slow motion on your Nano. So when you actually look at numbers, the Action 5 Pro isn't behind. In fact, in a lot of specs, it's actually still ahead. It's still the Pro action camera. Also, I should mention the Nano only supports 2 DJI mics, while the Action 5 Pro supports 3. So there's that. Same D-Log M10 bit, same sensor size, better field of view on the Action 5 Pro, more megapixels, same f2.8 aperture, but you do get dual screens on the Action 5 Pro. Same stabilization on both of them, better waterproof depth straight from the Action 5 Pro, a much better ISO range on the Action 5 Pro as well, and the battery life from a standalone camera giving up to 240 minutes or 4 hours worth of filming that you can use the 5 for the majority of your day before needing to recharge. While the Nano, you will be filming shorter clips, vlogs, or POVs throughout your day, and maybe recharging in between. One thing that surprised me is the field of view being 12 degrees narrower on the Nano. But anyway, the thing is the real world use. I'm not after specs on a sheet. I'm chasing usable, reliable footage from a useful tool, being whatever camera that it is I'm using. Already having the Action 5 Pro, I'm getting 10-bit color for editing, rock solid stabilization, and great battery life without having to throw in extra pieces of gear. If I bought the Nano, I'd basically be duplicating what I already have, just with a smaller camera body. Now, don't get me wrong, the Nano does give you the ability, being so light, that you can clip it onto your hat or your jacket for some easy POV shots without the bulk of that heavier camera. This is quite a bit of weight to stick on places. I just use this clip on my backpack, or the head strap, or the chest mount. All work great, it just depends on what you're doing. The Nano gets points for just being, as its name implies, it's tiny and wearable. Almost the same specs, but it's tiny. There's something that you can't forget when getting new gear, and upgrading gear isn't just the price of a new camera, it's also all the accessories that you get with it. It's new accessories, new mounts, maybe figuring out a new workflow with that camera, and more batteries to keep track of, or more pieces of gear. It is nice that DJI has kept the same mounting system on the Nano. If you've already got a DJI mounting system, then you won't need to be getting a new mounting setup. It's just going to connect to the same mounts. Now, if you don't own an action camera yet, or if you want the smallest possible option for travel and casual vlogging, the Nano could be a solid pick. It's tiny, great for quick everyday use, but if you already have a 4 or an Action 5 Pro, honestly, you're not missing out. This camera is just as good. So I didn't get the DJI Osmo Nano. The specs just don't justify it for me. My Action 5 Pro is still my go-to camera, and instead of spending money on another camera that does the same thing, I'd rather put that into adventures and experiences, the stuff that actually makes content more interesting than specs on paper. But now I'm curious, are you getting the Nano, or are you sticking with what you already have? Let me know in the comments down below, and if this video helped you cut through all the hype and the specs, hit that like button, subscribe for more gear breakdowns, camera tips, and I'll catch you in this video next to find out how to set up the DJI Action 5 Pro to record studio videos.